Hi, I'm just gonna sing a short little song, and then I'm gonna share my set with Kerry. Okay, not too flat.
Let's give Mark a little love. Go ahead. Mark, you go, man.
Sleep, sleep tonight, and make your dreams be realized. If the thundercloud passes rain, so let it rain. So let it be. Sleep, sleep tonight, and may your dreams be realized. If the thundercloud passes rain, so let it rain. So let it be. Thanks.
I'm Kerry Max Sherry's.
If you cut one to the mic. Chris.
Okay, is that okay? He stood there, poised, silhouetted against the lofty sky. Inky black night dotted with diamond stars, and he stood there. A prophet by all appearances, his long brown hair fell softly past his shoulders. He was tall, his lanky form draped in a flowing robe of crimson. He leaned on a long staff of wood grasped tightly in his hand. The prophet turned, opened his mouth, ready to teach us, and bubbles poured forth from his mouth in place of words. Oh, floating, opulent, iridescent bubbles, they drifted around us, glinting in the full moon's light. The breeze caught the bubbles, pulling them off of the rooftop to float over the city below. And they bounced away joyously. Whoosh, they flew by a single mother, pushing her baby home in a stroller. She lifted her weary head to smile and reach out a hand to catch a bubble. The baby gurgled happily as the bubbles spattered softly on his upraised hands. Still more bubbles glided off in the other direction, landing gently in the hair and on the lap of an elderly man perched upon his stoop, hoping to catch a cool breeze. They caused him to forget for a moment the heat and all of his aches and pains. They brought him a memory of his dear granddaughter and the fun they would have blowing bubbles when she came to visit this summer. And the bubbles visited a little girl who stood peering out of her window. To her, the bubbles were fairies, and her imagination went soaring into a different place, one in which magnificent creatures roam, and the air is fresh and clean. The little girl laughed with glee as she watched the bubbles. Those of us who sat with the preacher had long since stopped looking at him. We now lay on our backs, upturned eyes, gazing in rapt wonder at the scores of bubbles. One big bubble surrounded by 10 smaller ones, 100 tiny bubbles, 5 big ones rolling past. and we shouted with joy as we watched them. It was dawn before I left that city rooftop. I rode home silently, engrossed in thought. I looked around at my fellow bus riders. They were poor, the inner city dwellers. I smiled at the woman sitting next to me, and reaching into my jacket pocket, I withdrew my jar of bubbles, and the bubble wand. As that bus filled with beautiful, shiny bubbles, faces turned towards me, faces filled with surprise, and the people smiled. And for that one morning, those downtrodden beings of Boston pulled into Haymarket with smiles on their mouths and hope in their hearts. And this is a poem I wrote when I was just kind of watching the news. Tight ropes of red tape stretch across crevices millions of dollars wide. Many people wobble, fight for balance, dancing frantic for a foothold up, away from the cracks in red tape through which huge amounts of people fall, plummet in agonies of despair and rage. Nobody knows where to turn when the world stops turning for lost individuals who cannot hold tight to walls of air crashing down into the gaping maw of despair. Arms fly and legs flail in a desperate plea for recognition by newly blind administrators turning deaf ears to the screams which they have caused. Thank you.
All right, that's Kerry and Mark.